Dog picks Rozenstruik and Sakai going down this Saturday at the Apex in Las Vegas. I'll give you my pick first. I was a little bit surprised to see this guy's an underdog, and I'm curious to get your thoughts on this. And we'll get your underdog pick as well. Hopefully, we don't have the same one. I like Yusuf Zalal over Sean Woodson. I know Sean Woodson is a lot taller. I mean, he's always going to have that advantage over his opponents, but I just look at a couple things. Zalal's lost his last fight. He's looking to get back in the win column. He's had, actually, I want to say, has he lost 2 in a row, Zalal? He has, I think. Because he was undefeated, and then he lost to Topuria, who is, I mean, Topuria looks like the real deal in that division. He might even beat Ryan Hall coming up here. Lost to Sang Woo Choi. Granted, his wins are all, other than Lingo, are all against guys that aren't in the UFC anymore. But I don't know. I think Zalal, there's still a good ceiling there. Woodson, same deal. A lot of hype behind him at Glory MMA, but I just don't think has really shown us much. And I think he's, I think he's kind of this sort of, I don't know, work in progress prospect. Like, I know what the UFC is doing here. And by the way, they also have the same manager, which is interesting. So I'm sure that was sort of part of the reason they're putting them together. But Zalal at 155, I'll take him. I think he's better on paper. And I think he'll be able to deal with the height and reach. What do you think?
No, I think Woodson's going to take him.
Okay.
But I like both guys, though. I've interviewed both guys multiple times. Both guys are great guys, very respectful guys, young talents in the division. But yeah, I feel like the length is going to be a problem for him. I know that Yusuf, he sparred with like light heavyweights just to get used to the size. But once you get in there with Sean Woodson, I think he's just awkward, you know what I mean? And just too big. And I think that he's just going to be able to, go in there and implement the game plan that he needs to. And you know what? He didn't even train at Glory. That could be something too, right?
He didn't. Where was he training for this camp?
He was training at his original gym because of James Krause's connection to.
Oh, I brought that up in the preview show. I was wondering if Krause is going to stay out because he does spend some time at Factory X. Well, that's interesting. Well, there's another reason to like him. I mean, you're not even getting the best one of the. And Woodson's coming up. Woodson hasn't fought since that loss to Julian Erosa, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
There's something to what you're saying, right?
There you go.
Right?
So there you go. There's my underdog pick. By the way, I can't remember we've been keeping track of who our picks were. We had the card 2 weeks ago, so I'd have to go back and look who I picked there. By the way, I got to get my picks in. That's on my, I'm going to make a note on my phone right now to make my picks because I always forget, even though it's the best app in the game right now. So I'm putting it down there now. I won't forget before I go camping tomorrow evening. What else? Who do you like this week for your underdog pick?
Well, I'm going to take Marcin Tybura, man. He's minus 165 on the app. I think he's a decent underdog pick against Walt Harris. Walt Harris, I've seen him that he's in Vegas. I think he's at Extreme Couture training and taking advantage of the PI and everything like that. But man, Walt Harris hasn't looked the same.
Sorry to cut you off there, but Tybura is the favorite, right? So you
is he?
An underdog. Yeah, he is. He minus 165. You literally just said that too. It's all good. Yeah, no worries.
My bad. All right, I'll take a real underdog. No, sorry.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Dang, there is no underdogs here to pick, man. Like you picked the best underdog.
You can take the underdog I took as well. I mean, there's a few here I'm looking at. Actually, I like Walt in that fight against Marcin because I feel like Walt is, I think he's at a better camp now. I think like being an extreme, he's getting to work with really good guys. And you look at who he's losing to, Volkov and Overeem. I mean, those are two of the best guys in the division. Tybura's got a nice winning streak, but over who? Like, nothing. You look at the level of competition here. Yeah. You look at who Tybura's fought: Rothwell, Greg Hardy, Maxine Grisham, Spivak. These are all sort of lower level guys. Walt's losing to the best. And Walt almost beat Overeem, right? He almost finished him in that first round.
That's right, in that first round. Yeah,
I know he's older, and I know typically, so
Walt would be the underdog pick. You're right. Walt would be the underdog pick to take. I don't know. My brain is mush today, but
no worries.
Yeah,
it's the end of the day for you, by the way.
It's also another underdog pick. Even though I like Tanner Boser in the fight, I feel like Latifi could be a good underdog pick
if you can get him down. Yeah, it'll be interesting.
Or he could just throw haymakers, from the start, and maybe one of those lands. But I think Tanner's going to go out there a little bit smarter than he did last time and take this win. But yeah,
one more I'll throw at you as a potential underdog. I'm not going to make this my official pick, but I really think that we could see something here with Ponzinibbio, right? Like, he looked so bad in his last fight. There's a layoff, there's some injuries, there's a lot of things, and he's older. I mean, on paper though, Ponzinibbio does look like the better fighter than Beza. Beza is another guy who hasn't fought a lot of good competition. He beat Matt Brown, right? Like, Matt Brown's close to retirement. So I do think there's a spot for him to maybe pull an upset as well. He's only a slight underdog, but if you're betting this fight, I would say Ponzinibbio is the way to go. I did pick Beza. I think he probably does win, but I mean, it's minus 100. Well, okay, he opened at plus 115. Keep an eye on that line. If he gets the plus money, it might be worth a stab here at Ponzinibbio as well. So there we go. All right, let's get back to some more questions. We got about 5 minutes left, and then we'll plug some stuff here at the end. What do you think? What do you guys think will be the best fight this weekend? I think it will be what fight here? I'll go Alan Patrick and Mason Jones. That looks like a fun fight.
Yeah,
What do
that's
you
gonna
think?
be good.
Or Todorovic and Rodriguez will be good too.
I think Trinaldo versus Sakalov, Muslim Sakalov. Those guys,
that one too. That's a really good one.
This card, it doesn't look like something that's special on paper, but a lot of these matchups has a potential to be just like fight of the nights, where they're just going out there and just killing each other, right? Even like Beza versus Ponzinibbio, right? Even that fight, those guys both have knockout power, so it could be fun.
Roman says,